Fired up for this Monday. Don't quit. A little message for you, a little reminder. It's going to be hard, right? You knew it was going to be hard. Hopefully, you knew it was going to be hard. Hopefully, you knew life would be hard, right? Hopefully, you knew that there was going to be some tests and some trials and some adversities and some sicknesses and some heartbreaks and some, right? Hopefully, you believed that and then know that you can still get through it anyway. Know that we're all living this human experience. We're all going through the same things. We all deal with the same stuff. It's just how well you deal with it. Remember, life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. We all experience the same things in life to varying degrees. All experience the same things. The difference is how one handles it. So, little reminder for you on this Monday to not quit. Don't give up. Keep going. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to quit. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to quit. Right? Whatever that is in life, whatever that is, whatever the adversities are, whatever is pushing you to become the highest, grandest expression of yourself, whatever's pushing you to get to your destiny, whatever is pushing you to get to the man or woman God called you to be, whatever is doing that, you can't quit that. You got to keep pursuing. You got to have the perseverance to keep going. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to quit. You got to remember that in all the areas of your life. And this is just a reminder. All of the distractions that come, all of the things that get thrown our way, you have to be able to get laser focused. Focused. That's the key. It's the key. We have to have a big goal. We have to have big dreams. We have to have things that we want to go after, and then we have to get focused. Acronym for focus: follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. Tweak your path, right? Tweak it. Like the guy said in the video, don't be too rigid and inflexible that you can't, change your plan here, but don't change the goal. Don't move the goalpost. That's what most people do. Most people shrink their goals to match their life. They say, I don't know if that's attainable, but I think I can do this. And they shrink their goals all the way back. Our job is to keep those big goals and tweak our path, tweak our mindset, change the thing, but keep going after the thing. Many times in life, we stop going after the thing. The voice, the little voice in our head said, should we even go after that? Oh, it's not good. Oh, maybe we can't get it. Those are the things that happen. Those are distractions. Those are things that do not allow you to follow one course until successful. In our text in 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, it says, champions have an immense capacity for sustained concentration, focus, following one course until successful. That's what separates the good from the great. That's what separates the average from the world class, is their ability to focus longer, for longer periods of time, on a few amount of things, like just a few things. Sustained concentration. This is something we got to learn if we want to design our ideal life. If we want to get better, we want to grow, we want to become, right, get to all the things we want. Immense capacity for sustained concentration. Here's what it says. It says, champions are famous for concentrating their energy and efforts on what they want and blocking out anything or anyone who threatens that focus. I'm going to repeat that because the guy in the video said the same thing. He said, hey, you might have to eliminate some people out of your life. You might have to change some of the things that you want to do or that you've been doing in order to get to where you want to go. And this just reinforces that. Champions are famous for concentrating their energy and efforts on what they want and blocking out anything or anyone who threatens that focus. While average people haphazardly pursue loosely defined goals, champions concentrate on the attainment of a singular purpose with an intensity that borders on obsession. World-class performers invest an inordinate amount of time and energy in selecting their major goals. While the masses consider making changes every New Year's Eve, the goal setting and planning process is an everyday habit for champions. When the goals are set, champions put mental blinders on and move forward with dogged persistence and ferocious tenacity. World-class performers create such an intense level of concentration to overcome challenges and achieve goals that is the last thing they think about before they fall asleep and the first thing that hits them when they wake up. The great ones dream about their goals so frequently that they often keep pen and paper on the nightstand so they can quickly record any ideas or solutions that come to them in the middle of the night. While average people see world-class performers' success as a matter of intelligence or luck, champions know sustained concentration of thought and action is usually the true key to their success. Sustained concentration of thought and action is the true key to success. Easier said than done, right? Sustained concentration of thought. That means you have singular thoughts. We don't have all these different thoughts and ideas and all the stuff that comes in, like a singular thought. Like sustained concentration on a thought is really difficult, especially in the times we're living in, especially with social media, especially with all the things that we can consume on a daily basis. It's hard to have that sustained concentration of thought. And then the next part, and of action. Just how much do you continue to hammer away at something? Teaching my daughter right now because she's doing some things where she wants to get better. She's doing piano, she's in gymnastics, those things. Obviously, we just watched the Olympics. And, you know, Simone Biles, right? I put her up on the screen every time, right? Like every time she was on the TV, because again, it's good for kids, right? All of us, in all honesty, right? Vision to be able to see what they aspire to. You got to be able to see it, right? If they can't see it, normally they're not going to be it. So we had it on all the time. Anytime gymnastics was on, hey, let's turn it on. You can watch it. You can do whatever you want, but like she's going to be on the TV, right? And we started having the conversation about like what that means to become an Olympian and how to like practice to become that. And I was like, right now, right, you're practicing like 2 days out of the week. How many days do you think Simone Biles practices? She's like, I don't know, probably like every day. I'm like, probably right. For a long period of time, she had sustained concentration of her action in gymnastics. She probably trained a lot. That's what leads her to be successful. All these things, right, tie in. That's something I'm teaching my 7-year-old. It's something we still got to learn. Sustained action. Everyone that's great in anything that they're great at, that you admire them for, or anything that you're great at, I promise you, you've done that action a long time, repeatedly, just over and over and over again. Sustained concentration on that one action or that one thing over and over, and then you got good. That's the way it works. This is how it works for us to get to our ideal life too, people. That's it. It's sustained thought and action, but it's so difficult in these times. Why? Because we have lots of distractions, because our goals are not necessarily big enough, because we take in input, like this first sentence says, we don't block out anything or anyone who threatens our focus. We're too lenient with our goals. We're too lenient with who we're around and how that distracts us or takes us away from what we're trying to get to. Guys, like if you have someone in your life or people in your life or anything in your life that is threatening your focus to give you sustained concentration of thought and action, you got to slowly remove it. You got to slowly remove it. You got to take time to be like, hey, I realize these 3 people are taking my focus away when I'm around them or when they have my ear, right? Or I have their attention or they have my attention. I'm starting to notice that that's not helping me really become the best version of myself. So what do? We got to slowly remove ourselves from that. What about anything that threatens your focus? Maybe social media threatens your focus. Maybe television threatens your focus. I don't know, right? Maybe going out threatens your focus. Like I'm not sure what it is for you, but you've got to identify the people and the things that are taking you away from the man or woman you're called to be. It's slowing down your progress. because you got to get to a place where you're intense about what it is that you want. Big goals, right? House is not a big goal. Tell people this all the time. Obviously, you guys know we're in the money business, right? So I know a lot of people have a goal to buy a house, but it's just not a big goal, right? It's not a big goal. Big goals are, right, the things that we can't even really fathom. Like we can't really see. We don't know how we're going to get there. We don't have a strategy or a full plan. We can see the vision, but now we know we have to become different. We need more resources. We need to be equipped more. We know that it's going to take more of us to get to that goal. That's the big goal. That's what we need to have so that we can stay focused on something, so that we can follow one course until successful. But that's the message. Sustained concentration. How well are you able to concentrate, to have sustained concentration of thought and action around your goals, around where you're trying to go? That's what the challenge is for us all. That's what the challenge is for you this week, is to just get focused. If you don't know what you're focused on yet, then start there. Write down the goals. You know, the beginning of all of this is, if you don't know where you're headed, likely you won't do any of these things. If you don't have a big enough goal, if you don't know what the destination is, you don't know what you're pursuing, life gets hard. It's likely that you're going to, right, lose steam after a while because you don't know where you're going. You don't know that big goal, that big dream. So maybe you need to take today and take 30 minutes for yourself and start thinking about that. We get bogged down in the day-to-day, the errands, the little things here and there, the making sure we're responsible and doing all the responsibilities. But when do we sit down and take time and say, man, what does 15 years from now look like for me? What's my ideal life? Ideal life, not what I think I can have, not me shrinking my dreams to what I think I can attain. But like, if I could draw it up exactly the way I want it, if I could have life exactly where I want it, what does that look like? And then after that's written down, we spend every day pursuing that thing. We spend every waking moment focused, sustained concentration, thought and action on that thing. So that's where it starts. Got to have a big goal, got to have a big dream, got to know exactly what you're going after. I challenge you this week to stretch your vision, to get a bigger dream. Your dream is not big enough. Let me just tell you that. Your dream is not big enough. I don't know all your personal dreams, right? I'm sure some of you got some big dreams. But again, I'll challenge you. Your dream's not big enough. You're not thinking big enough. Think bigger. I have that in my master plan to energize and focus. It's my business plan, health plan, personal plan, right? Why I do this, top 10 reasons, right? All the stuff is in there. It's like 16 pages. I read it to myself all the time. And that's one of the things I write in there. Think bigger, think bigger, think bigger. The more you get around people that think bigger, the more you think bigger. The more you get around people that are saying, oh, this is what 5 years looks like, and this is what we're building, you start to imagine that. Or maybe you're not around those people yet. So maybe your dream is the biggest of your circle. Maybe the people around you aren't dreaming. Maybe they don't have it. So you got to get around those people so you can stretch your vision so that you can get focused on something. So start there. Start writing it down. If you don't know it, write it down. If you already do know your big goal, you do know what life looks like in 10 years, 15 years from now, if you draw it up exactly how you want it, the places that you're able to see, what your family situation is like, the money that you have, what you've built, where you spend your time, the emotions that you feel on a constant basis. Wouldn't it be great? Obviously, we're going to go through adversity, but what if our natural, right, mode of operating in our feelings was just joy and peace and ecstasy and happiness and just the good things? Of course, we're going to experience some of the pain and the other side. But what if our natural mode was just living in joy and not living in fear, not living in worry, not rushing, hustling, bustling? What if we could slow down and enjoy life and be present? Wouldn't that be an amazing life to have? Well, what does it take to get to that life? Obviously, there's going to be some financial things. Obviously, there's going to be some things like relationally that you'll have to work out to get the right people around you. But man, if you just dream about it, have a big dream, then get focused. You can get it. It's the key, y'all. Nito Quabain here says nothing can add more power to your life than concentrating all of your energies on a limited set of targets. Nothing can add more power to your life than concentrating all your energies on a limited set of targets. Me and my wife's motto for a very long time has been faith, family, business. Faith, family, business. That's it. If it's not growing one of those three things, typically I'm not doing it. If it's not contributing to one of those three things, you'll find me hard pressed to find me doing any of those things. Of course, there's some leisure. Of course, there's some rest and relaxation. Of course, we have those things. But 90% of my time, 95% of my time is split between my faith life, my spiritual life. This is faith. This is right mindset stuff. These are all part of growing, right? My family, the people that are closest to me, supporting them, doing what I need to do as a father, as a husband, as a son, as all the stuff, right? And then business life, right? What we're building, the team that we have, the people that count on us. Those are the things. Those are the things. And outside of that, if it's not growing one of those three things, if that's my focus, that's my sustained concentration of thought and action is in those three areas. And so once I do that, right, it's easy to not be distracted by all the other things. Let me take that back. It's not easy to not be distracted. I just can pull myself out of distraction a lot faster because I have the big goals. I know exactly what we're trying to build in all of those areas. Action step for today, y'all, says write down the single most important goal you want to achieve in the next 12 months and make a commitment to concentrate on achieving it no matter what it takes. Write down the single most important goal you want to achieve in the next 12 months. And then make a commitment to concentrate, sustained thought, right, on achieving it, no matter what it takes. This is a good book, by the way, Focal Point by Brian Tracy. If you haven't read it, it's a great book. Again, talking about focus. Follow one course until successful. Follow one course until successful. The road will be hard. Nothing worth it is ever easy. If it's easy, it's probably not worth it. So anything you're going to build, this life that you're going to build for yourself, it's going to be worth it at the end. It's going to be worth you going through all the stuff. Just know you got to go through all of it, right? You got to go through all of it. So I love you guys. I want y'all to win. You deserve to win. Your families deserve to win. I will constantly tell you that if no one else tells you that. But you got to work. You got to get better. You got to grow. You got to have more capacity, more sustained concentration, eliminate distractions, eliminate people and things that do not serve you. Let's go get to the life that we deserve. I appreciate you too, BP. Thanks for jumping on. Love you guys. Enjoy your Monday. Come back on Wednesday. Talk soon. Take care.